What?
Rob's ready.
Ready to talk about Zelda.
I'm ready to talk about Zelda.
Oh, have you played it already today?
I haven't played it. I
it's
didn't
out?
scoop it
Yes.
yet. It is
Tonight.
out as of yesterday.
awesome.
What
I'm
Zelda?
not gonna
Be
play
more
it.
specific.
It's Tears of the Kingdom. It's the
Yes.
sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
I haven't scooped it yet because
What?
I haven't finished Jedi Survivor yet. And I know once I get Legend of Zelda, everything's else out the window.
This guy has problems.
I'm going to
gonna
get right
disappear.
into the game, and I'm going to disappear again.
Yeah.
I'm able to drop in and out
I've
of
been
games.
taking my time with Jedi Survivor because I platinum these games too fucking fast. And then I sit there like, why the fuck did I spend $60 on a game and I got 1 week out of it, and now I'm going to sit there. And then everybody else doesn't want to play the game anymore because I fucking platinumed. Everybody complained after I platinumed Harry Potter. And then, like, we don't want to play Harry Potter anymore because Rob platinumed.
Rob already platinum. We don't even care anymore.
So we're going to talk about Zelda. No one played it.
Nobody played it yet.
What are we talking
I
about?
saw
We
Zelda.
saw the Nintendo Direct, which showed off.
Not even that. I saw the game because I gave Sam first. I bought her the Switch, the Zelda Switch.
That's wild.
So that thing's nice. I would say that was
Yeah, I had it in my hand. I turned it down.
it's nice, dude. I would say it's smart to turn it down. She's a avid Zelda fan. She's played every single one.
I have two.
Played none of them.
That's true.
You
Yeah,
guys
did-
gonna
but
string me
did
up
you
on
play
the
Breath of
cross?
the Wild?
Yeah.
Oh shit! What on Wii U?
No, on a
Switch?
Lite. Yeah.
Oh fuck! Wait, and you've played Zero Zelda?
But
That's
yeah,
right.
we've in the
Unbelievable.
catalogs of this, they've
All right,
already strung
I'm not
me
gonna
up
claim
on
I'm the
cross for
biggest
this.
fucking Zelda fan. I only played Breath of the Wild. That was my first entry
God.
into it. So
Jesus.
I'm definitely a novice when it comes to it. But
Missing
the
out.
thing, it's funny because it's been highly anticipated, but there's a lot of negative energy around Switch right now because it's not 4K, it's not cutting edge.
It's where I'm
been
at.
Isn't it
out
like
of the boat.
720p or something?
It's fucked. You know, I'm sure at times it
30
scales down to
frames.
4. Yeah, I've seen it in action, and there's definitely still a little bit of that jagged
But it's
camera
smooth.
swing.
I heard
It's
that
beautiful.
even though it's not that high def, it's smooth and consistent and it's not buggy.
It's just what pisses
It's a
me off about
testament to-
Nintendo, though, dude. Like, they have such great first-party games. They had this huge lineage of amazing masterpiece games. Like, every single major Zelda release has gotten a 10.
And you don't have to hear about like patches and this shit and that shit
Right.
when it comes to Nintendo.
They're
Nintendo
just
puts
solid.
out a game.
Why not push the boundaries on hardware? Why not just... Xbox is on the ropes right now because they got good hardware, but they got shit software.
The thing that I
You know,
Glad you
I-
recognize that. 'cause
I feel
we were
like
talking
Ninten-
about that early in the
Well,
week.
I'm honest.
Where are the games?
but I feel like Nintendo
The games suck.
views its fan base and its most loyal customer base as kids. So
Well,
I feel like
what if they
parents
did
are
that
more,
and then they enhanced that? Like, what if they catered to like everyone, like us?
I-
Because we
I
were
understand.
kids at some point, and we were kids who played Nintendo at some point, and now we're
They're betting
adults
on
and
our
we still want to
goodwill.
play Nintendo. So
I
why
agree.
not play Nintendo on a fucking
Because
100?
Nintendo hasn't changed their formula. They've always put out a consistent product.
But my
and people
point
just
is,
keep coming back.
my
for
point
it.
is, if they changed the formula, I think they would make twice as much money,
I mean,
and I think they would dominate the
They'll
console
never be able to
space.
They
compete
know-
with
Fuck that!
PlayStation.
Absolutely,
know-
they could have enough money to do whatever they want.
but
They have enough
know
money,
They won't.
but
They,
for
the
some
reason they
reason-
have enough money is they know they want to hit a certain price point. They want that price point to be from $199 or even a little bit less.
$350 for a Switch,
to
dude.
$299 if you get just the standard version. Yeah, if you get the special edition. But I'm
and
just
then
saying,
look at
what
game.
we're
It's
look
like,
at what we're paying for PS5s and Xboxes. We're paying
No.
$500.
So hold on. That's a great point. An Xbox and PS5 cost less than a Switch. Because you got to get the Switch, which is $360. You got to get a game, which is $70. You got to get a fucking traveling case, which is $40. You got to get another fucking memory card because there's hardly no fucking storage on it. And you got to get a Pro controller because the fucking controller sucks.
You're laying out.
You throw
their
that. You're looking at
strategy.
$800.
Yeah, you're
It costs more than a PS5.
So then my next question is, what if there's
That's just one game. If you want to get 2 or 3 games, now you're over $1,000.
Let's
their
just say
games
though.
never go
Let's
on
just
sale.
say. All right. So
They never
we
go on sale,
own.
you're right.
We own LG OLED TVs. Right.
Yeah. Yep.
What if they sell a dock that ups the capability of the hardware, where you can opt in and it's $299 or some other?
I'm in.
You know what I mean?
I'm in.
Just to make sure that it's catering to all, because they're never gonna fucking just.
It's
I don't think it'll
keeping up
work,
with the
but
times.
right
They're
now-
always behind the times in terms of hardware.
Yeah. Well, they always go
They're
with
always
what's
the
available.
first to get a system out.
They go with what's available.
The Switch came out before PS5 and
yeah.
Xbox,
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
the fuck, but then it's never
All right,
it
so-
never holds up.
To me, though, games like Zelda and the thing that's attractive about Breath of the Wild, it really has nothing to do with the graphics. I mean, it's great. I love it.
It's a charming game to look at.
It's exactly. It's not like the fidelity where I'm like, whoa, all the time. But the games are charming, and they pull you in different ways.
Immersive.
They focus
Very
on a
much.
different kind of innovation.
It's so consistent, the art style. Even if it's limited, they use the limitation as an advantage, like every really good Japanese company does. That limitation, they actually kind of jujitsu into, like, we're going to make sure that, it's limited, but the grass all flows very nice and together, and not part of it, and like not something in the distance looks like shit where the windmill spins shitty. Everything looks nice and fluid and beautiful, and even if it has the limitation. So,
did you buy it?
Yeah, I have it sitting at home ready to go.
Didn't play it yet?
When?
Did you get a physical or a digital copy?
No, I got the digital. I don't care.
Yeah.
Sam, I got her the Switch, and then she played like 4 hours of it. The second she opened it, she was gone.
Yeah.
I think Nintendo looks at the arms race between Sony and
they don't.
And Microsoft.
They're not
like,
in that
we don't
race.
Want
They don't
any.
care.
We don't
They
want a
don't
hat
care.
in that race.
It's
That
almost
race
like
is
Apple.
happening
They're like an
separate.
Apple-esque.
They're innovative in their own way. They come up with the
Like
wireless controllers that with sensors and that kind of stuff. And like the Wii, when the Wii came out, that was like everybody talked about the Wii. It's like redefined video games.
I hated the
for a
Wii.
while,
I hated the
and
Wii.
I loved it.
I don't want to fucking do jumping jacks to fucking kill somebody. I want to fucking.
No, but when you play the
Top
Force
10 list.
There's
Unleashed
always
and you're
bowling.
fucking
I don't want to
waving
fucking bowl. I feel like I'm talking to cousin. Let's go bowling.
No, fuck that. The fucking bowling game was outstanding.
Fuck that. It wasn't
and
real
Force
bowling.
Unleashed
Golf,
on the
golf.
Wii. No, shut up. The Force Unleashed on the Wii was the best fucking release of that game because you could actually use the Force with one and the fucking lightsaber with the other. You actually felt like you were using a lightsaber.
That sounds fun.
So real
was a
quick,
lot of fun.
my thoughts on the Wii. I had a GameCube. I absolutely loved the GameCube despite the mini disc. Twilight
controller,
Princess
bro.
was the one and only Zelda game released on the GameCube towards the tail end of the lifespan of the GameCube. They also
Wind
released
Waker came out on GameCube. What are you talking
Oh,
about?
I'm sorry, Wind Waker as well. Twilight Princess was at the end, and they also Twilight Princess was like the flagship launch title for the Wii. So I sold my Twilight Princess copy on GameCube, and I bought a Wii with Twilight Princess.
I love
on
hearing Joe say Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess.
Twilight.
Anyway,
Princess.
I hated it because you had to fucking hold the nunchucks and do this bow action, and it was just like I just want to fucking play the
Got a
games.
little.
So that was
If you
my
had the option more often, it'd be better.
that was the end of me buying Nintendo consoles. I returned the Switch a few weeks, not the Switch, the Wii, a few weeks later, and I have not bought anything Nintendo
I
since then.
only bought a Wii to play Super Mario Brothers because they came out with that
Mario
version
Galaxy
of
was
Super
so
Mario Brothers.
outstanding. Oh my god!
It was a side scroller.
I know I missed
Odyssey
stuff.
was good
it was
too.
up. It was up to date side scroll. It wasn't 3D. It was just that classic. Beat the shit out of it. Me and Yao actually.
To me,
beat
the Wii
fucking-
was a gimmick, brother.
It was. I
very
played that, and then
gimmicky.
it got dusty.
There was a
Swear to
lot
God.
of like accessory controllers. I do want to acknowledge we got a lot of comments
brother.
going on here. So from the dungeon is imploring you, Vin, to play the first Zelda.
I mean,
Then
Play
he said,
Ocarina
just
of
buy-
Time or
Yeah.
A Link to the Past.
I
So
know.
buy the
it's- you gotta
Nintendo and the
overcome
Super
the-
Nintendo Mini.
Yeah.
Phil says that he's talking about the new Zelda. Yeah, the game is very polished for an 8-year-old chip.
Mm.
20 frames per second.
Yeah,
Zach,
well, Phil is not happy about that. The whole
Zach-
Switch situation with Phil is
he's
he's got strong opinions about it.
you know what? He's like
He's
an
not wrong.
animation
Phil
graphics
has a high
sommelier.
level of excellence.
Yes,
though.
he's
Oh,
a
yeah.
sommelier
Of
course.
of visual
That's
excellence.
why we all have the same.
He
TV. Well,
convinced
not
me
Joe.
to
Joe
get the
got
LG.
TV.
Vin was fucking.
I've had it since 2020 as my
I
reason
just
to buy
threatened
an
Chris.
next-gen
Like, if you don't buy it, you're a fucking idiot.
Vin
Phil's
has been.
convinced-
I'm the one who told Rob to get the LG.
Yeah.
And then Rob's like, I love this so much, I got to get my dad one.
Yeah.
Rob's like, yeah, I got us a new TV for the
I
basement.
just
Oh,
couldn't
thanks,
afford.
Rob. You got it for
It
us.
was not
You got
affordable
it for
for
us.
me then. That was the problem.
No, I
I
get
knew
it.
it was the TV.
Some more comments here. So Zach, one of the founders of the show, says Nintendo has just milked their IPs for so long that it's exhausting to see do something new for once. I can agree. I mean,
I can't disagree with that.
can't totally disagree at
I'm
all.
not 8.
Actually,
I'm not 10, so
I
I
agree.
know.
I agree.
and it's like, again, I like more realistic games, and the Wii is never. I'm sorry, Nintendo's never really been that. Phil said that their business strategy is very conservative with research and development. And then
You couldn't make fancy chips. You couldn't buy a fancy GPU for the last 4 fucking years. So if they launched a high-end fucking product, it would have been like the PS5, and you could only now maybe buy it when
I'm okay with
they're
that.
probably going to launch one.
They're coming out
next
with
year.
one soon. They
I
usually
think
have a
within
much
the next
quicker
2
cycle.
years.
And just
we'll
to
see it.
touch base on like what Zach and Phil are saying, like I don't need a mature Zelda. I don't need Zelda to be fucking Diablo with blood and guts. Like I just need Zelda to be 60 frames. I need it to have 4K and
high dynamic range colors.
Just
with
imagine
the beautiful.
as good as Tears of the Kingdom has been reviewed. If you slap 120 frames, 60 frames on it, 4K visuals,
Even
with all the lighting effects, it would be just.
There's a lot of
Next
games
level.
that get bad
Next level.
ratings because they don't reach that what's now the standard. And meanwhile, Zelda's getting a 10, and they're able to get away with
That's-
not hitting a lot of those benchmarks. And
That's
Because
my
of how
point.
good
That's
their
my point.
development
Don't
is.
over focus on graphics, right? Like I think we have a tendency to like hyper focus on fidelity, and I'm not
Yes.
arguing against what you're saying at all.
For a
I'm not
Switch
even
game, I
making a
don't care.
counterpoint, but I just mean to say, focus on what matters the most. Even in the fucking game, he doesn't even talk. You're not even listening to the character. Like they're really, what the fuck?
And he doesn't speak for
That's
a
all
specific
Nintendo
reason
games.
because
And
he's supposed to be here.
Even down to the sounds are pleasant. The footsteps.
Oh, the music.
Like they just have, you're like, oh, I could listen to that all fucking day, no problem. Sam said that. She's like, I could just listen to him running around all day. It's great. So the level of care, and again, it's another thing with the Japanese that they care about the front, back, underside, everything
Yes.
you don't see.
It's similar to Rockstar, where they spent
yeah.
7 years on something and then they would put it out. It's a masterpiece.
Like, oh.
It's something that pushes the gaming industry in a new direction, and they can't replicate that. They can't. Till this day, no one's able to replicate Grand Theft Auto, Saints Row sucks, all these other fucking bullshit games
Trash.
suck.
nobody comes
Other
close.
studios have tried to replicate Zelda in a way. They can't.
No,
Can't. They don't have
No.
the touch.
not at all.
Maybe.
There's a great match.
Not at all.
Maybe